Hello everyone, this is Kevin, your entrepreneur, and Uber has been hit with another lawsuit in California. However, there is a big difference in this lawsuit compared to other lawsuits that I cover, in the sense that in this lawsuit, I'm actually not even sure if Uber is really to blame for anything. And I'm going to tell you what the lawsuit is. I'm going to tell you why I feel that way. See, Uber has been hit with a $1.1 million fine for not enforcing their zero tolerance policy. And their zero tolerance policy is basically that if there is a driver who is intoxicated, then Uber will suspend them from the platform because drivers should not be picking up passengers when they're drunk. And I absolutely agree with that. Please, please, please do not misunderstand me when I say you should never drive drunk. You should never drink and drive. If you're doing this for Uber and Lyft, you should especially not do this. Heck, it's your job to get people who can't drive themselves home safely to drive them home safely. It's your job, and that totally defeats the purpose of the platform. So, yes, if someone is intoxicated and they're drunk, then guess what? They need to be deactivated from the platform. Here's the thing, though. The lawsuit is being filed because apparently there were 64 complaints about intoxicated drivers, and yet there was no proof that there was any follow-up. Now, in this day and age, especially with all the bad things Uber does, that is especially sketchy. However, it should be noted that I personally believe that if someone is to make a complaint against an Uber driver or a Lyft driver, there needs to be some tangible proof. And the lawsuit does not state whether or not any of these people provided video footage to show that the drivers were intoxicated, or if there was any follow-up to see if the driver had picked up other passengers and whether or not they made any similar complaints. Because here's something to consider, and I want to make it very well clear, even though I do not want drunk drivers on the road, people say stupid stuff all the time. They say a lot of dumb things to get a refund or a free ride. If your driver is driving intoxicated, it's usually pretty easy to whip out your cell phone and record a video footage of him doing so. And of course, get out of the car as soon as possible. And yes, make the complaint. But here's the thing, if you make the complaint and that driver is picking up 5 more people after you and none of them make a complaint, and in fact they give them 5 stars, well, then there's probably not a whole lot for Uber to look into. So it's a strange situation because we just don't know if these 64 complaints of drivers who were not deactivated were not deactivated because Uber didn't follow up on them, or because Uber did follow up and they found no evidence to suggest that the drivers were intoxicated. So as far as lawsuits against Uber go, this one's pretty weak in my opinion. And this is one that I would personally like to see Uber beat. On the other hand, they're only asking for $1 million. Yeah, Uber's probably just going to pay them. Why wouldn't they? So, I don't know. This one's probably going to come and go pretty quickly. But what do you folks think? Do you think this lawsuit has merit? Do you believe that Uber did something wrong in this case? I would like to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.